Hello people, welcome back to Pig Farm, the Ridiculous series. We are going into this episode on Spring 1 of Year 2. I checked my mail, collected all of this resin, even though at this point I have enough kegs, but I continued to harvest it anyway. Collected the diamonds and all the iridium bars for smelting, put some gold in there to replace that. And then I prepped this area for the spring crops. I took a second out of the day to build a chicken coop because I still need the duck feather and I'm not finding it at the traveling cart lady. And then I continued on with my rhubarb planting. So that whole field there is going to be rhubarb, and when that's grown I will turn it into rhubarb wine. Continued on with smelting, and then I just spent the whole rest of the day cleaning up the pig pens. So getting rid of all that extra stuff that the new season brings. The way truffles works is that you have to have a clear dirt spot in order for a pig to spawn a truffle. So I do want to make sure that everything is clear, that is why. I mean, it also makes it easier to walk around, but that is mostly why. And this is the episode where you will get to see the pens in all their finished glory. Not the barns, but the layout will be finished. And we haven't quite gotten to the pigs yet. The next morning, everything seemed to be in order, so I went back to bed. Starting now, I did a lot of skipping. Sometimes not so much, but at other times, a lot of day skipping. I kept up with wine, as I will continue to do throughout the episode, but probably not show it very much. So just remember that even though I'm not showing these things, I still am keeping up with all my farm chores and doing wine. You'll have to trust me that I'm doing it. I'm going to need a lot of money. The greenhouse is looking good with all those starfruit. I continue to harvest and sow them. I went to the desert to visit Sandy and get some more starfruit seeds. So this will be a huge profit for me, and one of the main ways that I'll be able to afford all of the pigs. And then I waited patiently for Robin to open. I didn't have a lot to do in the morning, so honestly there was a lot of waiting around for her most days. But when I talked to her, I hired her to upgrade the coop. For the duck feather, I need the upgraded coop to buy ducks. The cart lady did not have what I wanted. So disappointing. So I went over to Krobus to buy his star drop. You found a star drop! Your mind is filled with thoughts of fish tanks. Such a weird thing to be thinking about obsessively. The witch visited me at night. Now I don't have to buy the void egg. Not like I really needed to buy it for this run anyway. But I don't need it now. And the next morning, just those farm chores. Picked up that void egg. Might as well hatch it. I've got the coop. And one by one I put out hay for the animals that I don't have yet. Back at Robin's, I stare at this stupid plant for a minute. And then I got her to build the horse stable, which I'm pretty sure you weren't expecting. But I was sick of walking around everywhere. Slight problem, didn't know where to put it. I'll have to move some things around to get that exactly where I want it. Then I bought 4 ducks from Marnie's. I really wanted to make sure that duck feather happens sooner rather than later. It's year 2 and I haven't finished the community center yet, which isn't a problem. I mean, play at your own pace and do whatever you want. It's just that I usually do get it done in the first year, and I wanted to go to Ginger Island. So, gotta get it done to go to Ginger Island. I planted some grass for my animals, my ducks, but also for filling the silos because I'm always worried about the silos and trying to fill them. So this grass will grow all season and I will thin it out as needed to collect hay. Come on, cart lady. No whammy. Kind of a whammy. I bought batteries, but no community center items. Cleared out this area because I would be putting the horse stable there when it's finished. On the 8th, I found out that Ruby Boo loves me. And my horse stable was done. So while naming the horse, Jake walked by in real life, and I asked him to name the horse, and he said Spam. So everyone meet Spam the horse. Unwanted emails or meat in a can? You decide and let me know in the comments. Spam took me back to Robin's so I can make the Deluxe coop. I don't technically need this because I don't need rabbits, but I don't have to feed the animals anymore. So, because it's a tedious job for me to feed the animals, so I like to upgrade the coop at the barn all the way. I bought the auto grabber too, so I really won't have to set foot in that coop at all for a while. Really just streamline this and make it automatic. There we go. Great. Produce feathers. Back at Robin's, it's time to move the stable to the spot that I had made for it. There it goes. Looks really nice right there. And then I built another barn. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm building 25 frickin' barns. Or so I thought. We'll see what happens. On the 11th, I worked on my wine. Or juice. So I got a whole bunch of pumpkin juice. I pet my ducks. And I lost some footage. But you can see that I got my first duck feather. And I immediately put that into the community center. So that bundle is all complete, and now I'm just missing the Mackie roll and the truffle. In the evening, I got the alien sound. So there's a capsule somewhere. I'm going to ride around and try to find it. There it is! Pulsing, weirdly. I'll just pick that up and put it in my house so it can hatch nicely in here, and whatever's in there can just roam around in my house from now on. Cart Lady did not have community center items, but she did have batteries that I will need to fix up the Ginger Island boat. And I went to Marnie's to buy pigs and fill just one barn with them. As I was building the barns, I thought they seemed a bit too close together to really be effective. Like, the pigs will need some room to walk around, to live, but also to spawn truffles. The point is that I'm getting a ton of truffles, so if they can't move or spawn them, then I've defeated that purpose. So there we go. That's 12 pigs in that one barn. And then when I went to the area to see it, it looks insane. I watched them for a second and realized this is way too cramped. So now there's 12 there, times that by 3 in just that tiny area. I didn't think it was going to work. So I went to Robin and I moved the barns to spread them out. I've been saying that I wanted to build 25 barns this whole time. But when it came down to it, 25 was just too many. There will actually be 5 rows of 4 barns because I do need to spread them out. So 20 is the final number. And if you're wondering, oh, why didn't you just cramp them all in one little area? And then you could fit a lot of barns. I did this strategically so that they would spread out around the map instead of all being in a clump. Because when the pigs leave the barn, they tend to stick around the entranceway for a while. So they would just be bumping into each other and spawning truffles on top of truffles, which just really wouldn't work for walking around and collecting as many as possible. So the idea is that I'll be able to walk down a row, pet the pig, and pick up the truffles. I figured it would just make it a lot easier for collecting and petting. So now that the barns are moved around and going to be spread out, it also means that I have to move the fences some more. So this is the general layout, but I do have to move some more fences again. I planted and fertilized a bunch of hardwood trees. And when I went down to pet the pigs, you can see that it's a much more manageable area. And it will be very manageable when I have all of them. I worked on my greenhouse. And then I am moving the gates and fences and torches. I got Robin to move some buildings around again. I really ask a lot from her, but she is paid well. She built another barn for me, right there in the corner. And then I spent some more time moving the fences and gates. So it's a lot of back and forth between going to Robin's, building a barn, going back, placing fences, just really trying to get things exactly where I want them. Spread out as evenly as possible. So it was helpful to build the layout for the pig farm, but in the end I ended up moving things around a lot anyway. And so this is what it looks like on the farm thus far. I chopped down those hardwood trees, finalized some fences, just moving these gates one spot over so it looks better. I mean, I've got the time, I might as well make it look nice too. On the 23rd, it was a pleasant surprise to see that my piggies were grown up and producing truffles. So I will start making money on them now. I also bought a rabbit. Got the coop, it's upgraded all the way. I might as well try to get a rabbit's foot. I'm gonna need it for the luck charm anyway. I had asked Robin to upgrade my house, so on the 26th, I woke up to that upgraded house. And then I immediately went to her and got her back to work. There will be no days off for her. It looks like I have about 6 or so barns left to build. I stopped in at Pierre's for ingredients. Now that I have the house upgrade, I can make the Mackie roll finally. And I bought a lot of speed grow too, which will come into play soon. You will see. Unless you've watched my series, my previous series, and you probably know why I'm buying a bunch of Deluxe speed grow. And now it is time for more side quest. So I was being begged by my son to do more fishing stuff. And, well, this is the pig farm, but my thoughts are always filled with fish tanks. So I bought fish tanks, and I placed them in the house, and then I filled them with seaweed and clams and fish, etc. So definitely not something that I had to do, but definitely something that I did want to do. So here I am just picking what I want to put in them. And he was there too. Oh, put the seaweed there. Put the coral in that one. And that one gets a crab. Very cute. Great, so there we go. That's the final look, and it looks really good. We were very happy with it. Okay, back to the pig farm. It is time to finish the community center. I had the truffle from my pigs, and I was able to make a mackie roll. So it's a lot later than I usually do it, but that is fine. Doesn't matter. No time restraints on this run. I went back to my farm and harvested the rhubarb that was ready. It is the last day of spring. I did 2 harvests of rhubarb. I just didn't show it all. And I got the trophy. And then we are into summer now. Summer 1, year 2. I picked the oak resin and I spent time on the crops fields. And by the magic of editing, this is all starfruit and has speed grow on it. So that means I will get 3 harvests of the starfruit this summer instead of the normal 2. And I finally went and grabbed the golden scythe, which I should have been using. And then I went to Robin to build another barn, of course. So fast forward a bunch and it's the 10th. My first starfruit harvest is ready. I picked that and planted at the same time. Time to build another barn. But I am getting close to building the initial barns. They haven't been upgraded yet. That's for next time. I'm showing the rows here and you can see that there are only 2 left to build. So this one and the next. And then they'll all be built. They'll all be placed where I want them, which is crazy and awesome. The vision is coming to life. I went to Willie's and plugged some items in for the ship to go to Ginger Island. The battery packs, hardwood, and iridium bars. I had forgot the battery packs. I worked on my starfruit wine, as I need to continue to do for all the money. And then I took all the items out of the coop and said goodbye again. Thank you for being with me for a short period of time, everybody, and giving me the things that I needed to do the community center. Goodbye, second coop. I really, really hoped I wouldn't have to make another one at some point. And that spot became vacant for me to build barn number 20. So there they all are. That is the last barn. And then I went back to Willie's to finish adding the materials for the ship. And just like that, a new adventure awaits. Here I come, Ginger Island. That is it for this one, everybody. If you're enjoying the series, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.